Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today with my good buddy John to review Annabelle Creation. And this was kind of like another sequel to like a popular movie that was not well received with critics and some audience members. Because a lot of people, well, reminiscent of Ouija that came out in 2014, a big hit, but a lot of people, critics hated it. And I don't know if some audience members might have hated it and said it was a terrible movie too. You know, the big hit. And then when Ouija Origins came out or something like that 2 years later, I saw my sisters, a lot of people, the critics liked it and celebrated, and a lot of people liked it. And I saw my sisters, I really liked that too. With Annabelle, the same thing. I guess a lot of people hated the original Annabelle. I never saw it, right? But and the critics and stuff, but people really liked this Annabelle, and I saw it. And this is the first movie in the Conjuring universe I've seen, you know. And I really liked it. It starts off with, you know, the Anthony LaPaglia. I can't remember if I pronounced his name correctly.
I think so.
And his wife, you know, he had a daughter and stuff like that. And he was like a doll maker. And then he was changing his tire, and then and then his daughter gets killed. And they show 12 years later, these group of girls, you know, from like orphans and stuff like that, are allowed to stay by these two people and you know, Anthony Paglia is a broken man, and they say they're not allowed to go in this one room, and of course they do, and a whole bunch of things ensue, and it's a very, very effective horror film. Because
how many times did you jump?
I'll tell you, because I jumped a lot in this one. Far more than any other horror film. I kept, well, in a while anyways, I kept counting, because sometimes I jump a lot, sometimes I jump just a little bit, but I kept counting 10 times.
10? Wow. I know I twitched movie. A few times, but...
Throughout the whole horror movie, and it's like, this is probably the most effective movie I've seen. I mean, I loved it, but I didn't think it was scary, because I think it let you off the hook with humor and stuff. And then I saw a lot of the scary parts through the promotional campaign. It was all over the place. I didn't see too many things for Annabelle Creation. So there's lots of surprises in this one that were kind of given away by the promotion, the trailers and stuff for it, the TV. A lot of the scary parts of that were given away, but it let you off the hook. I loved it, by the way. That's a masterpiece. But, I didn't think it was scary. This one I thought was scary, and it's a masterpiece, too. And it's the first movie, effective horror. The first movie I think it was really scary I've seen since The Strangers. And that's been about 10 years from now. 10 years, you know. I still have not seen Conjuring. I heard Conjuring's really good.
Yeah, I was going to show Jason, but I couldn't find my copy. One of the things I got to do on vacation this week is organize all my Blu-rays. I got my DVD library good. I found some nice cases to put in and mount them. But they don't make them anymore. I'm like, I was so mad I was going to order a bunch more for the Blu-ray collection. It's like they stopped making them. I'm like, son of a bitch. Because they're nice because they came with clips to hold them all together. And they also came with holes in the back so you can mount them to your wall if you want. Which I didn't, but yeah, I wish they were still making those.
This is really good.
But yeah, once I find my copy of The Conjuring, I'll have to watch that too.
Also, I wanted to mention, we forgot to say it when we were watching Rawhead Rex in Ireland. We were drinking Irish breakfast tea that Elizabeth Ricard was kind enough to send to us while watching that, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, which takes place in Ireland. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we were telling jokes. Annabelle Creation was like, it's an Annabelle Creation. If you remember Spinal Tap Rock and Roll Creation. No, I really liked this movie. This was really good. And, I think Stephen King said something, when did child actors become so good?
Oh, yeah.
But we're so used to, the kids from, Problem Child and stuff like that. But I think that started with, maybe Anna Paquin winning for the piano, getting over at 11, and then, Dakota Fanning and stuff like that. Yeah, I give this a 10 out of 10. I think it should be nominated for sound effects or sound effects editing, because that's what really got this really help the movie out.
Hey, you can see Jason sits right next to one of my speakers.
I know, that helped.
Surround sound speakers.
And also...
100 watts of speaker. So, yeah, I have some... Although I got to get a new cord for my bass.
I will say one other movie, because I think they mentioned it, like Ben Stiller mentioned it on like Tonight Show as a joke and stuff like that, saying like Dodgeball should have won some Academy Awards. It actually should have for sound effects, because if you get the sound effect of like the sneakers on the ground when playing dodgeball, that weird sound that the dodgeball makes when it hits something, if you get it wrong, it would have ruined the whole movie. So should have got nominated for sound effects.
Which reminds me of at the TV station years ago, we still ran video off of tape before it was all digitized. Someone screwed up the T's for sports, the edit.
Oh, wow.
And you saw a football player running down the field, but they didn't strip away all the old audio, so you heard the squeak of the sneakers in a basketball game.
That's funnier than hell. That's funny. Because sound effect, I mean, I found out like they have like little things on DVDs when I was really going through it, like sound can affect the way the sound is done, can affect the movie, or like music can affect different scenes. I remember Suicide Kings, which is a great movie, had a big thing where like it had one scene and it had like 5 different ways to play music and it can affect your mood watching the scene, which is really cool. I will say one thing with CGI, it's really good in horror films if making like bizarre horror, because a lot of the horror in this was bizarre, at least I thought so. And I had a question I want to ask you, John. Whenever we saw The Witch like a year ago, do you think that would be would make it like a theatrical play or something like that? Because there's lots of theatrical parts.
Oh yeah, they could do that play. Going back to what you're talking about sounds, like I said before, even the absence of sound could be effective. Like, to me, the best episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer was called The Body, where somebody dies. I won't tell you, in case for people that have never seen this series, which is definitely worth watching. And Joss Whedon not only wrote, but he directed the episode. I think he should have won an Emmy for it because the sounds were very specific. Like, the coroner zipping up the body bag, and that's pretty much the only sound you hear, and different things like that. Well, there's more than that to it that I thought he should have won an Emmy for. There's a lot going on, and doing a well balance between a tragic moment in some people's lives versus, Buffy having to fight a vampire. He was able to strike the balance so it wasn't cheesy. But yeah, just the choosing specific sounds and sometimes absence of sound can work just as well as, hitting a right chord and making somebody jump like in this movie.
Definitely true. And then, like I said, there's like, mention one thing and then there's a story about this, a story about this. When he mentioned the absence of sound, I remember way back in Germany when I was in the Army, in 89, I remember renting Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3, You Better Watch Out. It had Bill Moseley in there as the crazy guy, and then they had Robert Culp in there. And I remember my roommate Scone and I watching that in the break room. And, and there was absence of sound, and we thought it was really scary, and we thought it was very effective. And then I remember they used to have Fangoria, was very available at the one bookstore. They had a book and magazine. This is back when they had a lot of this stuff in the PX. And I remember Fangoria reviewed it, and it said like it seemed like the movie was incomplete. There were scenes like it was screaming for music and didn't have music. I thought that made the movie scary, and Fangoria said he should have added music.
Yeah, I think some people don't comprehend. They get so used to something that when it's missing, they don't understand that it can be effective too. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there was lots of good scenes where like people looking in the dark in this movie and stuff like that. So I'm gonna jump, and then you jump, and it was it was really good. It didn't let you off the hook. It was pretty serious. There was a part where the nun and the girl laughed, but that didn't let you off the hook.
All right.
Lots of scary stuff, and there's a full-on 10 out of 10 for Annabelle.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely worth watching. Now, Amber and Heather, you won't like this because it's real scary.
Yeah, so don't watch. But, yeah, it was good. I heard a lot of reviews like, oh, yeah, the first Annabelle movie sucked, and this is from people. But then I started hearing stuff about Annabelle creation. So I think I was at Walmart one time, and like, oh, I saw it, and I'm like, yoink, I'm going to steal it, and, well, not steal it, but buy it.
But Annabelle, I think Annabelle was a big success. I think my sister was talking about seeing, I don't know if she saw it or not, I've yet to see The Conjuring, and then I don't know if there's The Conjuring 2. I don't know if that's any good or.
I think I might have heard that one sucked. I can't remember.
Well, it's tough with horror movies because I love horror movies, and so do you. I mean, a lot of them aren't scary, and then you remember the ones that are scary.
Yeah, well, and it's kind of surprising how often do you have like some crappy sequels, but then you get all of a sudden you get a really good sequel.
I know it's
not too
tough,
common.
you know?
Yeah,
or like a remake being better than the original and stuff. We don't have very good remakes anymore.
right. But it was one.
Yeah, it was. It was fantastic. I just didn't think it was scary.
No,
But it didn't.
there's
mean
some scary moments.
Yeah, scary
But like
moments.
you said, they let you off the hook. Where
yeah, let you off the hook a lot.
Animal Creation, yeah, you have some moments to relax, but there wasn't a lot of humor to it.
I know. Just like in it when they talk about placebos, they say, "Hey, these aren't gazebos" or something like that. Was really funny.
Right.
Lots of funny parts, and it was a masterpiece, and so was this movie. It's really good. And you said like their two most successful horror films this year, I believe.
Yeah, the two most popular, anyways.
Okay. I believe that Happy Death Day was more popular than people thought it would be, but they had like a list of worst movies, and they had like a remake of Flatline that's supposed to suck really bad. Really bad. And you talk about remakes being bad. That's supposed to be another bad remake.
Alrighty.
So I guess that's it for me and my buddy John now.
Yep. After the right spot, the music, my hands are shaking more.
Yeah, and now with the weather and stuff like that and holidays and stuff, I don't know how many more times we're going to get together for a while. So, I try to space out some of these videos and stuff. I know they're popular and stuff, but, just stay tuned to my channel and stuff like that. And you never know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen from day to day. And I guess that's it. So until next time, bye, please. Take care, my legion.
Happy Christmas and Merry New Year, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, we'll check out, see if Robert Dyer's got another video out today before we check out Head On Out.
Alrighty. See ya.